And we are live. What's up, dudes? It is 9 o'clock on a random Wednesday. These are the random Q&As we host. Just what's on your mind, what projects you guys are working on. I know it is Christmas break for everybody. Some of you probably are watching a bowl game. Some of you are probably hiding and working in the basement and swearing at all the bills that you're going to have to pay. And then some of you are recovering from hosting. But it was time to go live. I said I'd do it last week on Tuesday. It was way too hard, too much life going on. So couldn't do that. So we are hosting a random Q&A. We got one of you joining. What's up from Vietnam? Minhua Train. Thanks for joining us. I know we'll get a couple of you guys in here and we'll just do a random Q&A. Maybe some of you can share your Christmas gifts. You could do Derek at BigDGuitars, share anything that you got that's good. I've been getting a ton of picks from folks. What's up, Eddie? Just a little bit of everything. So we do live. What's up, Paul? Just getting on and seeing what you guys got. Anything good? My brother got me a nice hatchet or axe. What's up, Steve? This was my favorite Christmas present. I mean, what else you can do if you don't have an axe? It is so sharp, way sharper than I thought. Made in the USA. Appalachian hickory and high carbon steel, best made co. We'll put this in the house at some point, put it behind me, but I don't need an axe falling on me, even if it has this on it. But we'll put this up, have that as the one Christmas present. And then what else did I get? My mom got me an alpaca blanket, which is really nice. So again, live random Q&A. You guys can send me the stuff you want me to share, and we'll see where we go. I don't know how much we'll get today. I don't know who's going to join. Usually we're late. We got a lot of East Coast guys that join, a lot of Ohio, Pennsylvania buddies that get on here. But I figure we would just get going. Steve, what kind of bandsaw did you get? Did you get a 14-inch? Did you get like a Lagoon or like a 20-inch? I really like the Grizzly bigger bandsaws. I really like seeing those. I actually had an opportunity. Sears was closing. I know I went live and I talked about this. They have their headquarters up in Hoffman Estates, and they had an old Northwoods 22-inch bandsaw, and I wanted it so bad. I had my Lincoln at that point, and I couldn't move it, and my dad was not going to let me put it in his car, and I really need a truck. So when we move on, we'll be getting a truck to move heavy duty equipment. I was going to take it apart and move it piece by piece. But man, the old tools, I said this before when I've gone online, if you guys go on Facebook Marketplace, you'll find old factories going out of business and old places going out of business that you can get equipment pennies on the dollar. Like my Laguna bandsaw, I think I paid like $4,500. I've seen some of that stuff go for like $1,000, $2,000. That one's newer, so it'll go for more. But like some of the old tools go for nothing. I know, Jesse, you're in Kentucky, but if you go up into Michigan, Ohio, some of the places where they used to make furniture, a lot of that stuff is pennies on the dollar. It's really, really amazing. So, oh, Eddie sent an email. Let's see if you show up in my junk box or in my regular email, because I think you sent a couple. No, you're going to end up in spam. I don't know why all these end up in spam or junk. Because even I have my whiskey barrel alerts. There we go, Eddie. I do have, what am I paying for? What did Eddie send? I do have a body I'm going to stain. That came through. I had a guy from Canada that requested me to stain a body. And then I didn't respond. Oh, well, look at that. You got it. Look at that. Why did you show up in spam if you purchase this? I like that body, and that actually looks really sharp. That was the plain alder, really nice guitar body. I like the aged hardware, man. That looks good. I like the pick guard too. What kind of neck is that? That looks like a rosewood. Is that your custom neck? I haven't seen that headstock. That's a cool headstock. I like that. So looks nice. EMG pickups. Oh, those things rock. I think EMG pickups are totally underrated. Any of the sealed pickups are totally underrated, like the old lace stuff. The old lace stuff sounds amazing. If you guys watch any of the Gibson videos going back to old bandsaws, they've got some of the old spoke bandsaw wheels that are like huge, like 36-inch bandsaws, and when you flip those things on, there's no vibration, and even when you put a piece of wood into it, there's like, it just is like, and so that longer radius on the blade knocks out any of the vibration as it comes through on the wheel, and those tools are amazing. I'm going to get a big old bandsaw like that, like, because the blade lasts significantly longer, and those you can find really cheap. Jesse, we're gonna lose you. He's gonna die. I got to take off my shoes. I'm wearing these all day. My feet are sweating. But yeah, old bandsaws are the best. I mean, this is the the greatest thing about guitar tools now is the stuff is so cheap. Like, if you have the skill sets, the tools are out there now. When I was first starting 20 years ago, tools were still being used. Like, a lot of manufacturing, there were still places making stuff here. Now, now no one's making stuff. So I had a uncle that ran a tool and die business here in Schiller Park or Melrose Park, somewhere outside the city. And what he was telling me was that the Chinese were coming in, and Illinois or Chicago specifically used to be a big tool and die manufacturer place. So Bridgeport Mills, all that stuff. It's up, Grease Monkey. All those small tool and die shops were getting packed up and shipped to China. So the Chinese would come in and they would literally buy all that stuff, throw it in a crate, and ship it to China for their factories. But I had a lot of friends growing up that were tool and die apprentices, and they were making, one of the guys made the original mold for the Razor phone, so that's, I mean, I know we talked about that long ago, but that wasn't that long ago. And so it's real interesting. But woodworking machines, they don't do that with. The tool and die, the old Bridgeport stuff is like, nuclear bomb can go off and that stuff's going to last. But woodworking machines are plentiful out there. So, not Rod Evans pickups now 300 plus for one single coil when you can find them. Yeah, eBay's, I don't know. I don't like even selling stuff on eBay, the fees, and now you have to declare on everything you sell. So like, I've got some expensive guitars. Got like that $1,200 Gretsch I built. I'm like, I don't want to sell this because it's like I'm going to have to pay taxes on it for something that I already paid taxes on when I bought it. It's just stupid. I'm going to have to cut a freaking big hole in the body to fit batteries. The neck alone is the Leo Jans I found on Amazon eons ago. Is that rosewood? It's a really nice looking headstock. I like that. If you cut, I don't know if you've got a router, Eddie, but if you get a bit with the wings and you lower that bit and run it around, you could probably get that battery into the side. If I was at the house, I'd show you what I meant. But like, if you get a winged bit and you tape off the top so you don't scratch the finish, you could actually get in, and you could probably get a big enough section for a battery in there. Maybe. We got 19 of you. Who else is out there? That's not all of you that are here. Usually we get the guy from Suriname. He's always on about this time. Can't remember his name, but he usually joins late. I don't know when he gets the alert, but I feel like I've got to go to Suriname and do a video. He's like, it's the only English-speaking South American country. And I was like, that sounds awesome. So we always mention him, and then he magically appears. But we don't get a lot of, when we do these late, we did no Europeans. If I have to do that, I have to do that earlier in the day, like on a Saturday, to get my European friends out there. Even, when Texas Toast goes live, all those English and A lot of guys in Spain build, and we can't get those guys in. So, hey, Paranaman, Lester Mobley, Fralin pickups and a Squire Strat. What do you think? Those would work out great. I love taking old guitars or cheaper guitars and throwing good electronics in. If you put in good pickups and you've got a good setup, some of those guitars are real nice. Some of them are great. Like one of the best guitars I ever had was a Epiphone Black Beauty that I got. I don't remember where I bought it. I don't know if it was the Sweetwater. I bought it. I got a bonus one year when I was at Office Max. And I bought that. And man, it played like a dream. And then I put new pickups in it, and I did the Jimmy Page wiring on it. And that thing screamed. It played better than the other Les Pauls I had. I mean, it really just depends on how the guitar plays. If it's really resonant and snappy, before you put pickups in, you put hot pickups in there, and I mean, the thing will just come alive. The electronics in the Squires are terrible. The pickups are microphonic. The pots are garbage. So if you put decent pickups in there, and it's already a decent playing guitar with decent frets, it should sound pretty good. I mean, you should be able to roll with it. So, if the guitar plays good and you put good pickups in, it's only going to make it better. That's my my advice. Like, I love finding pawn shop queens and kings and then putting good pickups in them. The best thing is about going to pawn shops. Now it's hard because so many of those guys know what goes on eBay, but every once in a while, if you find a pawn shop where a guy does a lot of jewelry or does a lot of like weird high-end stuff, if he gets a guitar, he doesn't know what he's got in it. And sometimes they don't look it up. So I got a bunch of industrial racks from my day job, so my little shop is in total renovation. I thought you were getting ready for winter, Jesse. Or you got all your racks outside for drying? I'd ask you what you do full time, but we're live here, so you can text me that. I'm curious as to where you work in there, Kentucky. Is it raining down there? I might be heading to Nashville in a couple days. We'll see if we can get away. We'll see. But I did get you work for Fastenal. Okay. I know what that is. My Christmas present of choice here. I showed you this earlier, but this was my brother got me this. It's really sweet. Nice hatchet. I want to say that's like, I thought it was blue, but it's more black and yellow. And then a Made in USA blade. What do they call that? Axe head. And man, this thing is sharp. Like, it's way sharper than I thought it would be. It's got a little bit of pitting on it up here, but it's really nice. So this was my favorite Christmas present. And then my daughters made me best dad ever bracelets, which is really sweet. She got a tomahawk. I love knives. I'm obsessed with knives. I'm totally obsessed with knives. That's my I had all sorts of blades and switchblades when we were in high school. My dad's buddy was a Chicago cop, and he would give us all the stuff that was contraband and taken. So we had stilettos and butterfly knives, and we just had all these awesome knives. I can harvest my own guitar woods. I actually have, I don't think I have it here. I think it might be at the house. I do have a birch tree that one of the neighbors took down, and it had some decent figure in it. So I cut it, I dried it. It was 24 inches. And then once it cracked and split, I cut it, and then I dried it and I glued it together. It's sitting somewhere in one of the shops. Always wanted to stain it. My thing was always making guitars. I still have this in my head, making all American hardwood guitars with American craftsmanship, American parts. I just never got there. I guess the whiskey barrel guitars, for the most part, are that white oak neck, white oak fretboard, custom wound pickups, barrel wood, and then barn wood backs. I guess that's close, but I always wanted to do it like a nicer guitar. So, if you put mahogany on it, that's, not American unless you're getting like Cuban mahogany from Miami, but they're not harvesting those trees. You can't find that anymore. But like alder for the back, wildwood, alder's like a wildwood. Those are my random thoughts. I always wanted to do that. I have also a bunch of stuff in my head. Once we get going again, we'll do that. So, any plans for the new year? All your guys' kids off for school, so you might be doing school stuff or holiday stuff. We're off the week after New Year's, so I was watching some of the football games. I was watching OSU and Texas A&M. We'll watch Tennessee play coming up. I should probably move my Tennessee stuff to this side. I got the Tennessee guitar for my son sitting over here. But we'll see. Anybody got anything else they're working on? We might cut this short tonight. We're not getting a lot of random Q&A. I'll check the email here, see if we got anything else. I don't know why I still have these in. I wish we could talk. Like, I wish I could like highlight someone. We could have a conversation back and forth versus doing the text. I don't like this fully. I mean, I know we could type in and I can answer. But I'd really love, like, Google had that, like the Google Hangouts back in the day. You could have like one person talk and you could do like, I don't want to say like an interview, but that wouldn't be too bad. Some luthiers here in SA built some beautiful instruments from a local pecan tree. Now, that'd be interesting. I've had pecan beer from, was it a Beta? Where are you at, Steve? I can't. San Antonio. What's SA? But there's always some great woods. I built a guitar neck out of cottonwood. This is in my stupid age. Record Zoom meetings. I could do that. I did cottonwood and hickory as in my youth. I was stupid and I was like, this will be interesting. You'll get this really soft cottonwood with hardwood hickory. And then I didn't realize cottonwood likes to split. Yeah, see, San Antonio, I knew that. Cottonwood likes to split, so I glued up the neck, got it all together, and then I released it, and something happened in it immediately that released some tension, and that was dead. But I had that experimental phase in guitar building, and I'd done hickory, done a bunch. I used a bunch of different woods. Like I don't know if you guys know Owl Hardwood and Lumber here in Chicago. I worked there for a little bit, many moons ago. God, it was like 2 decades ago now. But I got to mill wood there. So I was, what was I? A shop hand? I don't know what the real term is, but I got to mill. I got to use all the tools. I mean, that was an amazing experience because then I got to use a lot of heavy duty wood in a short amount of time. And I really learned a ton about machinery, how to repair machines. And I got to play with a lot of good wood from them. So I always enjoyed working there. Rainbow Korean eucalyptus and oak here. I have that blue gum eucalyptus. I had a piece from Kimball. He had that years ago. That was a fun piece of wood. I wish I would have done a stain on it. I think Mark Bundy had it and sold it, but I should have done a stain on that one. What's nice once I get going again is I've got all this stuff sitting that I could be able to dig throughout. See you, Steve. And start building again. Start getting all that stuff going. So, oh wow, John Hanna has got a large pecan tree in the backyard, dead for a year now, about 100 feet tall. Should make some nice bodywood. Yeah, man. Me and my brother are talking about buying a slabber, like an Alaskan mill or a wood miser, because some of the wood misers are actually not too expensive. I mean, if you think about it, if you're going to spend $3, $6, $9 grand on a mill and you've got a piece of property and you can get slabs out. So a slab, he makes furniture. So if he could slab a piece of wood and make a table out of it, he can sell that for it's amazing. It's amazing. I'd love to just slab stuff out. I'd really love to. Yeah, we're just talking about you, Mark. We were talking about that blue gum eucalyptus body we had. I was just talking about staining it. But I'd love to slab stuff out. And so if you got a big tree, I know I joined a couple Facebook mill groups, and there's a lot of guys with mills in Facebook land that will come to your house and mill stuff. I've got a 100-foot maple tree in my front yard that's dying that we cut up, and we cleaned it up, but it's at least 5 foot in diameter. That thing would make some awesome slabs. It's got some figure running in it. So I'd love to do that. That'll be one of my retirement gigs as well, is get a slab. I want to build my own slab. I have a couple blue gum eucalyptus. I might actually still have that in the shop. I don't know. I have to look. Yeah, anytime you get away from the city, a lot of guys in the country slab their own wood and make it, if you let it dry, you cut 2-inch pieces, you let it dry, air dry for 2 years, it's pretty stable. What's up, Steve? A lot of local mills. Yeah, we got some more people. 21 minutes. We'll give you 5 more minutes. It's a little slow. I was texting Mr. Bundy earlier about where he was thinking of living, right? Got water. I am slightly congested up here still. Can't shake this. It's been 4 weeks. I watched Godzilla versus King Kong yesterday, and it's actually quite entertaining. So I stayed up late doing that. But we'll call it. We'll go live next week as well. I don't know what day we'll do that, but I definitely want to get back in the shop and start sharing stuff again. We're getting close. We'll do that soon. So 22 minutes, a little rambling. Have a good night, guys. I got some buddies that got texting me here. I got to return. But we'll talk. Have a happy New Year, guys. Be safe on amateur night, as I like to call it. I think anyone that goes out and partying on New Year's Eve is a rookie. So please be safe. Do not drink and drive. I think I'm taking the kids downtown. Maybe we'll see the fireworks. We'll see. It's a good thing about living in Chicago. We've got some options for some fun stuff. So, all right, quick night. We'll chat later. And Happy New Year, guys. See ya. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Oh, I am posting a ton of shorts now. I found a way to rip my old videos into shorts, so I'll start doing shorts on YouTube. So, all right. See you guys.